Hey guys, it's Tanner with M Motorsports in Edmonton, Alberta. It's getting to be that time of year. Unfortunately, we're going to have to put the bikes away pretty soon. We've been getting lots of phone calls and questions on how to properly winterize your bike. So today we're going to go ahead and go over that with you, show you how to properly do it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and change your oil. Spin the filter off. The reason we want to go ahead and change your oil is because used oil is actually corrosive and can damage your internals of your engines. Okay guys, now that the oil is fully drained, we're going to go ahead and put the drain plug back in with the new drain plug washer. Then we're going to go ahead and put in a new K&N oil filter. Just hand tight is fine with the oil filter. Okay, now that we got the filter and drain plug back in, we're going to go ahead and fill the oil. In the shop we use Motul oil. Any motorcycle oil is good. The main thing you want to look for is the MA rating on the back. And remove the fill cap. The capacity on this one is 3.1 liters. After you fire the bike up, the oil level will go down slightly. It's a good idea just to start it up and then double check the oil and then just top up with the remainder. Most bikes will have a marking somewhere around the fill. Either this one has a sticker where it says your oil capacity with and without the filter. Generally, most bikes are going to take less than 4 liters. Okay, now that we got the oil taken care of, we're going to move on to the final drive. This particular bike has final drive oil. If your bike was chain driven, we'd go ahead and adjust and lube your drive chain. This particular bike, we're going to drain the fluid and replace it. Pan under, remove the drain plug. Okay, now that that's drained, we'll go ahead and put the drain plug back in again. Always a good idea to change your drain plug washer to prevent any leaks. Take the fill plug out. Now for oil in your differential, you're going to want to use 80-90 weight gear oil. This is the 75-90 weight version, which is a full synthetic. And the amount that you're going to put in varies by motorcycle, but you want to bring it up to the bottom of the fill plug threads with the bike straight up and down. As soon as it dribbles out, then you just go ahead and put your plug back on. Okay, now that the diff oil is taken care of, we're going to go ahead and look at our cooling system. Coolant only has a lifespan of approximately 2 years, so if it's older than that, two things can happen: corrosion problems in your cooling system, and also the coolant can freeze in the wintertime, which causes harm to your engine. So 2 ways you can check it. One is at the reservoir. The other one is going to be at the cap. On this bike, we're going to go ahead and check the reservoir. So here's our reservoir. You can see on this one there is some corrosion issues. To test the coolant, you can just go to your local auto parts store like Canadian Tire or Napa, buy a cheap tester, and it'll tell you whether your coolant needs to be replaced or not. And if you're unsure, best bet is just to go ahead and replace it. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and check our tire pressures. Most bikes you'll find are labeled. This one's labeled on the swing arm here. So they're recommending 34 in the front and 36 in the rear. Okay, now we're going to talk about stabilizing your fuel. We use this Maxima stabilizer. Every gallon of fuel requires 2 ounces. Another crucial thing to remember when winterizing your bike is you want to go ahead and fill the gas tank completely full. The reason for this is so moisture doesn't get in your tank. If it's completely full, there's no room for moisture and causing rust in your tank and stuff like that. This particular bike's fuel injected, so what we do now is go ahead and run it up for 5 minutes just to get the stabilizer through the system so it can't go bad in the injectors and stuff. On a carbureted bike, we'd want to go ahead now, take the tank off, probably the airbox in a lot of cases, and drain your carburetors. Before you drain your carburetors, you want to shut the fuel off to the carburetors. The reason for this is there's such a small amount of fuel in the carburetors that it can go bad a lot quicker than the fuel in the tanks. One of our biggest questions on winterizing bikes is probably batteries. It's crucial to get a battery tender. Battery tender will keep your battery topped up all winter. They're smart chargers, so there's no need to put it on and off. You just hook it up and leave it on all winter, and come springtime, you'll be good to go. These smart tenders actually have pigtail leads, so you can take your seat off, hook it on the battery, put the lead out the side of the bike, and then it's easy access. There's no more taking the seat on and off to put your tender on. Okay, now that we've hooked up the tender and talked about that, last thing I want to talk about is just proper storage of the bike. One thing to keep in mind is it's a good idea to cover the bike. We sell these Guardian covers with our winterization package. It's not a good idea to have a bike in an environment where it's going to get hot and cold often. It's better to be cold constantly or warm constantly. Hot and cold is going to create condensation. Another big mistake a lot of people make is starting and stopping the bike often in the wintertime. It's best just to leave it alone once it's stored. Starting it, again, introduces unwanted moisture in your exhaust system and your oil. If you're the do-it-yourself type, Triple M is offering a full winterization package. Included in this package is 4 liters of motorcycle oil filter, tire pressure gauge, fuel stabilizer, smart battery charger, and a bike cover. Retail on this is $236.95, on sale for $184.99. Most models apply. Here at Triple M, we do recommend your bikes are serviced by licensed technicians. Either way, we do appreciate the business. We'll see you at the shop.